I know. Hello, everyone. We were just talking about Mercury retrograde and how crazy it's been trying to do all these Facebook Lives. But this is the amazing world of technology, and it's just something we have to live with. But I have here Lisa Marie Pepe, and today our Facebook Live is working. Oh, wait, did this? Now it's saying it didn't start. Okay.
It says that we're live.
Oh, does it?
On my end.
Well, let's see if this goes live or not. Hopefully it is. I don't know. For some reason on mine it says start broadcast, and it doesn't show that it's actually live. See, wonderful, like Mercury.
You can try to start again.
Let me go on my Facebook and see if we're actually live. If anybody's watching live, please comment below and let us know that this is working properly.
I don't see any eyeballs.
Oh, there. Okay, great. So it is working. Sorry, everybody. This Be-Live TV is a quite newer company, and this is what happens when you have a new product. It means that you are not perfect, but over time you get better, and eventually more and more users start to catch on. But we're some of the early adopters of this product, and we have to live with their growing pains. But I understand. I've worked for many startups, and I know what it's like. So,
absolutely.
Lisa, thank you so much for joining me. And I know your main shtick is that you're a confidence and visibility coach, especially for female and women entrepreneurs, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And I know, you work with a lot of coaches and, people like us. And now, can you clarify for those watching who are maybe either early entrepreneurs or haven't even started a business yet, what do you mean by visibility and why is it so important?
Yes. I love talking about visibility. And by visibility, I truly mean showing up for your ideal clients in whatever way you need to show up for them, right? So is it through the use of, obviously social media platforms, but really which ones? Like which ones are your clients going to be on, right? Facebook Live is huge right now, right? And it's giving so many people the opportunity to get their content out in front of people. And it's an amazing time to really take hold of all this incredible technology when it works, but truly, being visible, it has a little bit more to do than just with the sort of surface level, right? Like, okay, yes, be visible. You want to nurture your community, you want to add value, you want to do videos, or you want to do podcasts or whatever it is. It doesn't matter what medium you're using. Some people prefer to blog. The whole point of it is to get yourself out there confidently and to really build that know, like, and trust factor with your ideal audience. Because as you well know, people are more likely to wind up working with someone or paying for a program or purchasing a product when they really value that person and they know that that person values them as well. Mm-hmm. So for me, that's what visibility is about. And it is about showing up every day in some way. I'm not saying you have to do a video every single day. I'm not saying you have to write a blog every single day, but it's doing the little things, even out on Facebook Messenger and saying, hey, how's your day going today? Just thinking of you. Very simple little things, but that lets people know that you truly care about them, Yeah.
And I'm really glad you teach this and you're talking about it because, I've actually dealt with some clients who, and it's actually a very common thing and it actually kills me to see, but people who think, you know what, I'm going to start a business, I'm going to just throw up a website and then I'm going to get clients, like magically, because now I have a website. And it really doesn't work like that. Like if it worked like that, every single human would probably have a business. But it takes a lot more. It takes a lot more, like you said, showing up, putting yourself out there, really being, even doing these Facebook Lives. People that know me know I actually don't really love doing these videos, but I know it's, I've tried to make the best out of them, and I know it actually helps people. Like it helps, the content helps. It's, we're providing a service, and then it also helps. Yeah, people see me, people see you, they see our authentic selves and what we're bringing to the table. You know what? And it's true. It's not hard, and we're blessed with all this amazing technology. There's so many options. You could write a blog, you could do a podcast. It's just a matter of exactly what you said, doing it. And I know a lot of people struggle with even these little tiny little steps of doing a Facebook Live or writing a blog post and just doing it and doing it consistently, right? Like, do you ever talk about the consistency?
Yes, absolutely. That's sort of like number two, right? It's like if you were to list like the rules, right? The list, number two is, yeah, you have to do it consistently. You can't just show up, once a month or email your list once a month and then think they're going to be responsive to that. Or, I know a lot of people start Facebook groups and then yet and hey, listen, it is time consuming and you do have to put a lot of effort into them and you do have to have someone, either yourself or someone else, manage them. But again, you being consistent in whatever way you can by showing up, and that is essentially what's going to build the, not only your credibility, but it really truly builds that relationship. Mm-hmm. And you and I both know that at the core of every transaction, every sale, it doesn't matter. It is all about connection. And it is truly, when you're aligned with your soulmate client and they're aligned with you and they're your, and they want to work with you, it's a really incredible feeling, to really connect powerfully with people. But again, you can't do that if you're showing up like once a month or posting on your Facebook page like once every 3 weeks or once, even once a week is still really not enough. I hate to say that, but as a visibility coach, it is about being consistent. And so I'm always creating, for me, what do I do on a consistent basis? Well, I'm not like a huge email marketer, right? Like I may email my list twice a week or something, maybe sometimes once a week. But I make sure that I'm creating valuable content that's always being circulated on social media. Yeah. And whether that's motivational messages or little tips and tricks or whatever it is, that's what works for me, and going live. I'm not a huge blogger, I have written and all that, but I'm not a huge blogger, and that's okay. Mm-hmm. I feel much more comfortable just getting on camera and talking about the day's events, so.
Yeah, no, this is, what you're saying is really great. It's amazing. I just finished, working with a VIP client where I just banged out a whole entire plan for her business. And, one of the key things, the two key things that you mentioned that I said, it comes down to authenticity and the consistency. Yes. Because, sending an email once every 6 weeks and, people, you like fall off the radar. Yes. And then I don't know about you, but I'm sure people watching experience this. When I get an email from someone that hasn't emailed in a while, half the time I'm like, who is this? Like, how'd they even get my email? And then, more likely, I try really hard never to mark anybody as spam because I just don't think it's nice. But, but like, I mean, if you don't email someone regularly, they're really going to question who you are and think that you're actually spam. So, and it's really, it's not hard, right? It's not hard to just, even like you said, like share an inspirational quote or, you know, an article, right? Like
a lot of people get so bogged down, like, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to share? Oh my God, I don't have all this content. And it's like, well, number one, you don't necessarily have to sit down and write from scratch, like every single thing you do. If there's something going on in the world, which there is on a daily second, right? You could turn on the news and there's something going on. You can, as a leader, you can offer a perspective on that, or you can relate it somehow to your own life or entrepreneurship, or there's just so many ways to do things, and you can repurpose your content. And this is something that a lot of folks get bogged down on as well. But for me, I do a Facebook Live that gets uploaded to YouTube or AWS or whatever I'm using, and it gets put out in my newsletter. Hello, kill two birds with one stone. And it goes in my Facebook groups and it goes on my page. And it's like you're hitting all of your different targets with one piece of content.
Yeah. Yeah. And I tell people it's true. Not everybody is on Facebook. Not everybody's on Instagram. Maybe they'll miss your email. So I agree. I've said this, actually, someone taught me this many years ago with my other business. I was like, oh my God, I run out of ideas with photography. And, because I had a consumer product and there's only so many photos, but he's like, you know what, you can like repurpose these photos, you can recolor them, you can flip them around, you can just tell a different story with each one. And it's true. Even the client, I'm wearing my friend's necklace, who's also a client of mine. She's a jewelry designer, and I helped to get her email marketing going. And I was like, look, it's not always about sending your products and trying to sell them, but why don't you show a video of how they're made, by hand, or where the gold comes from, or whatever it is. I mean, there's just so many things. And you're right, like current events. I mean, occasionally I'll hear something on the news and I'll just share it. I'll say like, hey guys, did you know Facebook's changing their algorithms again? Or whatever it is. Or Instagram launched this new so-and-so.
Which is like daily,
Exactly. But it's like people need to know, and so many people miss out on this content. So there are ways to get out there and just be creative with what you're sharing. And like you said, even a personal antidote, right? Like, I'm going on this meditation retreat, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to tell my list what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. And you know what? I'm sure some of them will be like, screw this, like, who's this girl? But there's probably a handful that highly respect that, and they're going to vibe with me. And that's how it works, right?
That is how it works. And, I mean, if you think about larger corporations and stuff, I mean, how do you think that they get the businesses they get to work with, right? So if you're an employee of a business, yes, that business is handling all of the marketing pieces, but I guarantee there are emails going out. There's a constant stream. Every big brand now is on some form of social media. And that's a huge market. And again, you don't have to get super fancy. You don't have to buy all this special equipment and everything like that. That's another sort of like fallacy or excuse. If you want to be real truthful, it can become an excuse like, oh, I don't like the way I look, or oh, I don't have the right lighting, and I don't have the right camera. And it's like, who cares? Show up as you are.
Exactly. I'm like, this is my laptop with natural lighting, and I know it could be better, and one day it will be, but you know what? It doesn't matter. I know people can hear us. It's working okay, and that's all that matters, that we're delivering interesting content. And, hopefully someone's learning, I'm sure, because I didn't know about this years ago. This is actually one of my biggest mistakes launching my other business, was being paralyzed with this notion of every email has to be perfect. Every post on social media has to be perfect. Every event I do, everything, and I was like, no, it doesn't matter. What matters is just getting out there and getting out there faster. And, you make mistakes, and everybody knows, even brands are human, even companies are human. Companies make mistakes all the time, and this is what makes it real. So,
Exactly.
Yeah. Ted, can you tell people where to find out more about you and what you offer and what you do?
Sure, I would love to do that. So, as a visibility expert, I often tell people that if you just Google my name, and I mean that sincerely, like I will pop up. Like you'll see my website, you'll see my Facebook page, you'll see all my social media, you'll see my blogs, all my podcasts, all of that. So that is really like the best way if you really want to just connect and really get to know who I am. But you can always email me. And that email address is lisa@positivetransformation.net. And I get all of those emails, and I will be sure to respond within, 24 to 36 hours. But yeah, I love connecting with people on Facebook, on social media, Instagram. It doesn't matter. I love them all. But yeah, I just really love people and helping people.
Yeah. Great. Thank you so much. This has been really helpful, and I'm sure this has benefited a lot of people. And I really hope people will learn and actually start getting out there and just get over the perfection, get over that fear, and start getting visible. So, Lisa, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and everybody, you can find her longer interview plus 33 other interviews on the truepathentrepreneur.com. Sign up. It's going on another 10 days or so, and we'll see you there. Thank you so much again. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Bye.